Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 42 of Deadbeat Son. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the show. And if you've been following along, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Today's a very special late night recording. Usually I'm pretty ahead of things with getting these out, but your boy's been busy with work and the like. So thanks for being here. And I like the late night sessions. You know, it kind of feels like you're at a sleepover, you know, at your friend's house or whatever. And you just can't go to sleep, man. You know, you're just laughing all night, just talking about whatever. Some of the best conversations happen like that, you know. Like I remember, and it's the dumbest things too when you're young. When you're getting to know someone, like a new friend or whatever, that'll make you. They'll just crack you up. Like I remember my buddy Liam when I was like 9 or 10 years old. Hello Liam, if you're watching, I love you. The first time I went over to his house, we played Scrabble, and he just put a word down, and it was the funniest thing I had ever seen in my life, you know. He just the way he just placed the tiles and made a word. It's probably some sort of slur, but boy was it funny, you know. Or like this one time I was, you know, sleeping over at my buddy Ramey's house. It was the first time I slept over there, and it was the end of March. It was the last day of March going into April, and we were up late just talking and giggling. And once it was after midnight, he whispered, "Hey Tré," and I said, "Yeah, Ramey," and he called me a slur, and then said, "April Fools," and boy, did we laugh! You know, I guess I'm seeing a pattern here with my childhood. It just usually comes down to me getting called some sort of ethnic slur. Yeah. So, you know, don't tell me I haven't been discriminated against. That was today's episode. That was brought to you by Christina Perry, Jar of Hearts, 94.7 Star FM. That was my mom's radio station. Anyway, Christina Perry, Jar of Hearts. You know, it's a song about love, and it's a song about loss, and it's a song about who do you think you are, man? You know? That's something that my mom used to say a lot. If I was acting up, my mom would go, "Who do you think you are?" And, you know, I used to take things way too seriously when I was a kid. And that was one of them. She would say, "Who do you think you are?" And it would send me into an existential crisis, man. Who do I think I am? What does that mean? Who do I think? It was like philosophers have pondered this question for centuries. Who do I think I am? What are you, Voltaire, dude? What? I thought I was Spider-Man for like 5 years, you know? Does that count? Probably not. That doesn't explain why you're throwing a fit. That's what she wouldn't say that, but she was a good lady. She's still alive. Anyway, Christina Perry, Jar of Hearts. I think I saw one of her songs came up on like some, you know, TikTok or some video, and boy, that has been just sucking the life right out of me. This newfangled TikTok, I'll tell you what. I've been pretty good about it, and the last like week or so, I'm just watching all the time. It's got me in its claws, man. You know. Do you talk to your friends about the stuff you get recommended, or do you keep that to yourself? You should be talking about it. You know, you should have discussions about it with your friends. Like, what kind of stuff are you getting shown, huh? What kind of stuff are you? What's being tailored to you, right? That's what I want to know. That's how you get to know. That's how you're gonna get to know somebody in the future. That's what dating is gonna be like. Go on a first date and just switch. Just give each other your TikToks and just scroll through the For You page, and you're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn everything you need to know about that person, man. If you go through and it's just all like, if you're scrolling, if you're on a date with a woman and you do it and you're scrolling through and it's just about like astrology and some sort of crystal healing, or Ash Nico, yeah, just some whatever, some stuff like that. You go, okay, it's gonna be one of those girls. If you're going through a guy's TikTok and it's all just like Andrew Tate, what's wrong with women, what men deserve, why men are, it's, oh God, get away. Just get away from him, honey. Just get away. It's just Trump, Tate, freaking, Ben Shapiro. God, get a personality, bro. Mine's pretty varied. But yeah, I was asking, I was asking some of my friends, hey, what's going on with you? What are you watching? And one of my buddies was like, oh, dude, he's married, and he's like, oh, dude, I just keep getting shown stuff about about spouses cheating on each other. And he's like, and it's crazy because I've been married for so long. I'm like, either way, that's bad. It means either you're cheating or you're getting cheated on, dude. Uh-oh. And one of my friends was like, yeah, I just keep getting shown all this, like, all these weird, like, crime scene cleanup videos, how to dispose of certain things. I'm like, oh, call the police on this guy. Oh, dear Lord. My TikTok just keeps showing me gay stuff, so I don't know what that's all about, but it says a lot, man. It says a lot about a person. And it kind of it just or you're talking to a woman and you're on a date and you flip them over and her TikTok is just all about how to manipulate men and how to trick them into falling in love with you and doing what you want. You see that on hers, you're like, oh, what am I doing? What have I gotten myself into? Oh no, who do I think I am? It's one of those, who do I think I am? But it does worry me a little bit because, like, it can start to shape people's thoughts and their mentality, and so, like, if it just decided to start showing us, like, certain things, it could change the way that we think. And now I sound like Congress or whoever that the TikTok CEO was making a fool out of. He made those people look like fools, boy, I'll tell you that much. But they are right. They are correct in that TikTok does use Wi-Fi. So maybe they're onto something, but it cannot connect to the toaster though. Don't worry. But yeah, it could just start telling you how to be. Certain things just start tailoring to you, and it could shape how you think about things. What if it started telling you that owls freaking wear peacoats and scarves? If you'd never seen one and you see enough of that stuff, you're gonna be like, I think owls are wearing peacoats and scarves. when in fact they're not. When in fact they're just trying to get to work like everybody else. They're trying to have a family. So if you're, ask your friends what their TikToks are showing them and see how they're doing. Just check in on them. Say, hey, how you doing? Been thinking about you. Haven't heard from you lately. Just let me see your TikTok. Let me see what's going on here. And then if it's, if it's all just like, emo and freaking like, I don't even know. What are those guys called? Lil Darky, like certain music like that. You're just like, oh, whoa, this guy. It's just Lil Peep and Juice World. You're like, oh God, all right. Get this guy an ice cream sundae. Stat. We need crullers and coffee. Stat. And it's weird how it always just. Sometimes it just tells you, it just shows you the thing that's going on. How does it know? It's probably because it's listening. But how does it know? Sometimes it just shows you certain things as you're going through it too, and that's really quite terrifying. But also comforting. It's also nice. It's nice to be heard. Like if I had just gone through a breakup. Oh boy, is it showing? Oh boy, it's showing me. I'm getting the full experience. A lot of the time, if I just go onto my TikTok, in the morning, I've realized I'm most emotional in the morning because of this. Because I'll open it and I'll start scrolling, and if I see, I swear to God, if I see an army vet coming home to see his dog. I'm crying. I'm blubbering. I can't handle that. I can watch it at any other time of day and be all right. If I see it in the morning, I'm just very emotional in the mornings, okay? Anyway. Yeah, the breakup stuff, man, and Christina Perri, she said it. Who do you think you are, man? My buddy Andy told me there's 4 things you got to do in life. You got to win a fight, you got to lose a fight, you got to break someone's heart, and you got to have your heart broken. And I've done mostly the losing fights and getting my heart broken. I have done the others, I did win a fight. Granted, he was elderly and already dead, but boy, I got him. Oh, boy, I tell you, I got him. He won't be messing with me anymore, Grandpa. Jeez, that was in poor taste. I won that fight. I've lost a bunch of fights. I had my bike stolen once when I lost a fight. And my buddy was there with me, and he didn't do anything. Shout out to Nate for standing there. I've broken a couple hearts, and I've had my heart broken. Yeah, for sure. Breaking the heart is a shitty feeling, man. But it's a necessary part of life. You got to do it. Because, if you find yourself in a relationship or whatever where you're not, you're having doubts and things just aren't working and it's kind of run its course, you got to do it. It's difficult, but you got to do it, man. Because it really is as simple as like, well, you're either going to break up or you're not. Right? You're either going to spend the rest of your life with this person or you're going to break up. That's a lot to figure out. That's a lot to have to ponder, especially when you're young, because you don't know how you're going to feel. I don't think anyone under 25 should be in a relationship. I don't. You don't know. When I'm looking, I mean, I guess, but not like serious ones. you know, I don't think it should be taken seriously till after 25. Cause like you don't know, you're not, you don't even know who you are yet. You don't. Who do you think you are? You don't know. You don't know. Um, but it's important to do it. It's important to be in relationships because you learn and you grow and you learn about people, but mostly you learn about yourself, and that's what you got. That's what we're all trying to do, right? Figure out who I think I am and who I am. Every relationship I've had, I can look back and I can, take something I learned from it, whether it's good or bad, whether it's something. Okay, this is what I got. These are certain things that I like, certain qualities I like in a person. These are certain qualities I don't like in a person. This is what, I cannot be around this, and I love this, right? And then you got to look at yourself. You got to look at yourself and be like, okay, what was I like doing this? And you got to be honest with yourself too. That's the only way you're going to make progress. If you don't do that, you're just going to keep getting more delusional. And then you become like so many open mic comedians, just absolutely out of your mind, thinking you're much hotter shit than you really are. I've learned a lot, from relationships. I've learned that I need to be more attentive, and that it's not. I always used to have the theory, and I still kind of believe it, in that relationships shouldn't be difficult. It shouldn't be difficult to be with somebody, right? It should be a natural and easy, not maybe thing that you kind of get going, and it just feels right. You gotta do what feels right. Follow your heart, follow your feelings, follow what feels good. Unless you need help, unless the feelings and thoughts you have are like not healthy, in which case, go talk to somebody and get that dealt with. But for the rest of us, you got to follow what's right. You got to follow how you feel. Because it might surprise you. It might surprise you. I've learned that, like, but with that, that doesn't mean like the second it gets difficult, you got to bolt. It's going to get more difficult. There's going to be times where it's more difficult. There's going to be times when it's easier, like down, as you kind of get to know somebody. But, it was Shakespeare who said, it is better to have loved and lost than never have loved at all, right? And I used to think that was the corniest shit I'd ever heard, right? But as I get older, it makes sense. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to figure it out, man. You got to find out who you are and what you like, and what the hell we're doing in this rat race that we call life. There's a bunch of reasons it might not work. There's been, times where I just, maybe you just don't quite, you're just never on the same page, and things don't line up the way they should for a stable, healthy relationship. I've been guilty of not being attentive enough, of being too wrapped up in other things. Don't cheat, though. Don't be like my buddy / my buddy's wife and have an affair, because that's just break up with the person, man. It's so much worse to put somebody through that kind of garbage. Sometimes it's just sometimes it's the wrong time too. Sometimes it's just I don't know. People say that. I don't know how I feel about that, because I also have the thought that you shouldn't go back to exes. You gotta learn from it and move on. Um, you know, but life is more complicated than that. I heard a story about one of my high school girlfriend. Her she told me about her grandparents who were married for like whatever 20 something years, and then they broke up for a year and then just went and did their own thing, and then and then after that year they got back together and they've been happily ever after. So if that's the case, it just sounds to me like they wanted to fuck other people. And then they did it, you know? And God bless them. Actually, that was the same girlfriend who made me a mixtape. She made me a mixtape, and Jar of Hearts was on it. I don't know if she was trying to tell me something or if she was alluding to something, but that's what she did. You got to be cool about it, too, you know? Some people are really bad at breaking up. Like, I mean, if you've ever broken up with somebody over text, get the fuck out of here. Don't be doing that. If it's come to a point where you have to break up with somebody, then you gotta do it. You gotta do it in person, maybe a phone call, but don't do it over text, bro. That's just ice cold, man. Some dudes are like that. Some women are like that. I am neither. One time a girl broke up with me at recess, and she ran up to me and she said, "Sorry to break your heart, but I like somebody else." And then she ran away. Gone. I was playing tag, and here's the worst part, I was it in tag, and running around chasing my friends, and here comes Kaylee, man. Here she comes. Came running up to me, and I was out of breath, and she was a little out of breath. She goes, "Hey, sorry to break your heart, but I like somebody else." Gone. She left a little cloud of dust behind her, you know? And I was just standing there, shell-shocked, man. You ever seen those, those war movies? That's what it feels like. If you get dumped suddenly, like, you ever been dumped suddenly? I don't know. That was the only time I've been dumped suddenly. Just jarring. You ever seen those movies where, it's the young guy in like World War II or one or whatever, and there's just like all the bombs are going off, and he's just like, and just standing there in it, and it's just, you hear that that ringing as he's just like looking around, and then you could see the other guys yelling, and then he just comes to and then puts his helmet on, whatever, the sand falls, whatever. That's what it felt like, dude. I felt like I was in World War II. And then she ran away. Man, I wish I could just run away. Don't you wish? Don't you wish you could just run away sometimes? I mean, it sounds nice. Obviously, it's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to sit in there, deal with it, have the conversation, and then, move on. But, man, sometimes you just wish you could, hey, this is done. Gone. And I'm a fast runner, too. I could get out of there quick, boy. I can get out of there so fast. But that's not how the world works. Although it was how it worked for me once. Not for me, toward me. Let's see if we have any. Do we have any? Got any questions for the pod? No, just offers for collaborations, which I don't want to do, but I appreciate the offers. Um, people want me to start pitching their products on my stand-up comedy clips. I go, hey, sponsor the podcast, man. But they don't want me to win. DJ Khaled, they don't want you to win. You think DJ Khaled's had to break up with people? Imagine being broken up with by DJ Khaled. Oh my goodness, dude. I'm sorry. It just ain't right. I gotta keep going. You see, the keys to success are within me, and I gotta do me. You're beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful. He puts his hands on their chin, you know. You're beautiful. You're beautiful to me. But I gotta be free. That's what you would say. Some dumb shit like that, dude. That's kind of a fun idea. Thinking about different people in breakups. You know, like what would I don't give a fuck, dude. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for today, folks. I know not a very exciting app, but an important one nonetheless. New studios on the way. I'm out of town this weekend. I'm going to Reno for some shows. That'll be fun. You can follow along on Instagram and stuff. I'll be posting about it. Check out TréLamb.com for merch and tickets to live shows. I'll have some headlining dates coming up over the summer as well. And you can email the podcast, deadbeatsonpodcast@gmail.com. Write in with questions, comments, concerns, or just anything you want to talk about. And thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week. Take care.